The sound of tornado sirens blaring through the Mississippi Delta on Friday night was a chilling reminder of the power of Mother Nature. As the deadly twister tore through the area, homes were destroyed, lives were lost, and communities were left devastated. As news of the disaster spread, federal and local disaster assistance began to arrive, offering aid to the hardest-hit areas. But the damage was extensive, and the recovery process was expected to be long and arduous. In neighboring states, several other tornadoes were confirmed, leaving behind a trail of destruction and claiming the life of one man in Alabama. And on Sunday, an apparent tornado struck Georgia, adding to the weekend's damage across parts of the Deep South. But the most severe destruction was felt in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, where WJZ's Mike Hellgren reported from the ground. Drone footage captured the tornado's impact for miles around, revealing a landscape of devastation that was difficult to comprehend. "I know we can rebuild, but what do you do with the devastation?" one Mississippi resident asked. "What do you do with all this?" Governor Tate Reeves urged residents to work together in the aftermath of the severe weather that ripped through western Mississippi and other parts of the Deep South. "In times of tragedy, in times of crisis, they stand up and they show up," he said. President Biden issued an emergency declaration for Mississippi, making federal funds available to the hardest-hit areas in one of the nation's poorest regions. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, assured residents that the federal government would be there to assist in the recovery process as well. But in Rolling Fork, the devastation was overwhelming. Blocks of downtown lay in ruins, with homes, offices, and houses of worship destroyed by the tornado's wrath. Father Greg Proctor of the Chapel of the Cross Episcopal Church surveyed the damage with a heavy heart. "The organ sat here, we were able to salvage it, I hope," he said. The powerful EF4 tornado had leveled his church, leaving nothing but rubble in its wake. When asked about his feelings upon seeing the destruction, Father Proctor said, "It's kind of devastating. It makes my heart sore, but also faithful that we can and will come through this." As the recovery process begins, residents of the impacted areas will need all the help they can get. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has already issued a state of emergency throughout the region, with reports of downed trees, power lines, and damaged homes. The National Weather Service has warned of a new risk of more severe weather, including high winds, large hail, and possible tornadoes in Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. The road to recovery will be long, but the people of the Deep South have shown time and time again that they have the strength and resilience to overcome even the most devastating of tragedies. With the support of their communities and the aid of federal and local authorities, they will rebuild, stronger and more determined than ever before. As the days passed, the extent of the damage became more apparent. Entire neighborhoods lay in ruins, with homes reduced to rubble and debris scattered as far as the eye could see. But amidst the destruction, stories of resilience and hope emerged. Volunteers from across the country flocked to the impacted areas, offering assistance in any way they could. From distributing supplies to helping with the cleanup effort, their presence provided a glimmer of hope for those left reeling from the disaster. As recovery efforts continued, officials worked tirelessly to assess the damage and provide aid to those in need. In Mississippi, Governor Reeves announced plans to allocate $25 million in state funds to aid in the recovery effort. In Georgia, Governor Kemp declared a state of emergency in the wake of the tornado, mobilizing state resources to assist with the recovery. But despite the best efforts of officials and volunteers, the road to recovery remained long and uncertain. For many residents, the tornado had upended their lives, leaving them with nothing but uncertainty and despair. "I never thought something like this could happen to us," said one resident of Rolling Fork. "We lost everything in the tornado. Our home, our possessions, everything." As the recovery effort continued, residents of the impacted areas remained determined to rebuild and move forward. From makeshift shelters to temporary housing, they banded together to support each other in a time of need. "We're going to rebuild, and we're going to come back stronger than ever before," said Governor Kemp. "The people of Georgia are resilient, and we won't let this disaster defeat us." As the weeks turned into months, signs of progress began to emerge. Homes and businesses were rebuilt, and communities slowly began to return to some sense of normalcy. But for many, the memories of the tornado and its devastating impact remained etched in their minds. "We'll never forget what happened here," said Father Proctor. "But we'll also never forget the strength and resilience of our community, and the incredible outpouring of support we received from people all over the country." That's what will help us move forward, and that's what will help us rebuild. Despite the progress made, the recovery process was not without its challenges. The cost of rebuilding was staggering, and many residents struggled to obtain the resources they needed to rebuild their homes and businesses. Insurance claims were delayed or denied, leaving some without the financial support they desperately needed. To make matters worse, the COVID-19 pandemic was still raging, adding an additional layer of complexity to the recovery effort. Social distancing measures and restrictions on gatherings made it more difficult to coordinate relief efforts and provide aid to those in need. Despite these challenges, the people of the impacted areas remained determined to rebuild and move forward. They banded together to support each other, sharing resources and offering emotional support to those needed it most. As time passed, the memory of the tornado began to fade. But for those who lived through it, the experience would remain with them for the rest of their lives. They would always remember the sound of the winds howling outside, the feeling of the ground shaking beneath their feet, and the sight of their homes and businesses reduced to rubble. But they would also remember the kindness and generosity of those who came to their aid, the resilience and strength of their community, and the unwavering determination to rebuild and move forward. In the end, the tornado had brought devastation and destruction to the impacted areas, but it had also brought out the best in the people who lived there.